It's patently obvious the YouTube gods hate you and they've got something out for you. I'm not kidding. I'm almost to the point of getting really alley about it, because when I go look on your the YouTube channel itself, and I see just a shade over 2,000 subscribers, I'm like, this is wrong. This got to be wrong. And I'm like, and I even said it in front of my wife the other day. She's like, what do you mean? I said, this should not say 2K. It should say 200K. That's what it ought to have. And she's like, well, what are you saying? I'm like, I said, I think he's getting absolutely suppressed to the bottom. This is great stuff. People should be watching and listening to this. Some of this stuff's hilarious. Some of it's just fun, and some of it's great. But Charlie, I love it. What's going on that we can't get more people driven over there?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I would love to see 200,000 people on the YouTube channel too. I don't know that I would like to think that YouTube isn't suppressing it. I do. So I make videos playing the trumpet and shooting a gun at the same time. And I call these gun grams, and I have a different YouTube channel for those. I feel like a junkie when I tell people I have 4 or 5 YouTube channels, right? But I do. And obviously I put the most time and energy into riding shotgun than any of the others. But the gun gram one started off as a fluke. And like I said, in 2015, I started making videos playing the trumpet and shooting a gun at the same time. And those kind of took off. And I've only got 6 million views on my YouTube channel, but they've been used by Markiplier, who's some YouTube guy that does these, like try not to laugh videos. One of them was a couple videos were used on Comedy Central. Like Chris Hardwick used them for a show he was using on Comedy Central. So it has this huge YouTube following, which is great. And I think there's only 30,000 subscribers on there. I got an email a couple weeks ago from somebody. He's like, hey man, I'm with my buddies. We're drunk. We're watching these videos. These are great. You're a good human being, right? I'm like, this is awesome. But those, I've had a couple of those taken down. I got in January, February, and March of this year. I think each of those months I got a notification from YouTube that says one of the videos violates their community standards. And I'm like, if one violates it, I'm doing the same thing in all 300 videos. They're all violating it. And I'm like, if they take it down, they take it down. Whatever. It is what it is. But the riding shotgun stuff, people are like, whoa, are they coming down on your channel? I'm like, dude, I'm not shooting guns. It's 2 people in a car talking. So the boggling thing to me is I can go to events and some people recognize me. Some people say, hey, I know you from someplace. I actually had the gun prom in San Diego a couple years ago. I sat with this one gentleman all night long, and he's like, so what do you do? I'm like, yeah, I got on the YouTube channel where I interview people in the car. He's like, okay, cool, whatever. And I give him my card. And then he messages me the next day. He's like, oh my God, dude, I am so sorry. I didn't put the 2 of those things together. I'm a huge fan. I had no idea. I'm like, oh, how big of a fan can you be, right? But it's I don't know if YouTube is. I would hate to think that they're doing it, but as you said, I have the show on Gunstreamer and on Rumble, and in December, I think it was, I was home for Christmas vacation time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see how the Rumble's doing, because I don't really put videos on there religiously, and I find out that like there's 120 views on one. I'm like, that's more than there is on YouTube. So I spent my Christmas vacation putting a bunch more videos on Rumble. I also put the videos on Gunstreamer, and Gunstreamer, like more people watch the stuff on Gunstreamer than on YouTube. And I'm like, I don't share anything on Rumble. I don't share anything on Gunstreamer. On my Facebook page, when I put out shows, I put a link to the YouTube channel. I'm an instructor, so I have a busy mail, and a busy mail is an episode of Riding Shotgun, some articles I think people need to know, and a list of my upcoming classes, and a quote, a pro-gun quote. And this is where I send out stuff. I send out the YouTube link because I know YouTube is where everything is. But when I put out a show and 84 people watch it, I'm like, how can this be? This can't be, you know? And then I get folks like you that are like, hey, we're in the cornfield in Iowa, man. We're watching the show. I'm like, what?
Well, Charlie, where do you want us to go? I mean, okay, again, this is Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Where do you want us to go? Do you have a primary spot you want us to view? I mean, tell us how you want us to handle it.
So if people watch it on YouTube, that would be great. That would be great. I've got a Facebook page, obviously. I actually, in April, I went down to the NRA annual meetings in Atlanta, and the NRA did something new this year. They had a media row, and they called it Voices of the Second Amendment. Yeah.
I love
And so I was given in a booth. I was given the opportunity to have a booth, and I took it. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, just record audio shows. I'm like, I can't do video because it's too much. It's 3 hours long, and now it's going to be a mess of editing. I just did audio, and the strictly the audio stuff. So I got the audio. I would get a picture of me and the person I was talking to, and I would I put the audio out on all the podcast stuff where I send all my podcast out to Libsyn or whatever, and then I put a still picture with me and the person with the audio underneath it, and I put that on YouTube. And the podcasts get way more listens than the YouTube views of those particular shows, you know? So if you're a podcast person, you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you're a video person, you can find it on YouTube or on Gunstreamer